let's get right into this video. Time is ticking and we have to go. So let's do what we have to do. Right now I'm looking at myself in I'm looking at myself through by looking at the mirror. I'm looking at one of my sister's mirrors. It's a massive mirror. And yeah, that's what I'm looking at when I look there. That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at myself right now. And I have quite a bit of talking to do. It's a further update on how far I've been able to actually get in terms of the PT sessions. So today, on the 31st of May, I've now had a call with one of the tutors that runs the level 2 course. The reason why I'm doing the level 2 gym instructor course, no, I'm on the way to doing it, is because in order to get that level 3 personal training certificate, I have to do the level 2 first, and I can't purchase the level 3 without doing the level 2. They have a Kickstarter course where you purchase the level 2 and the level 3 in one, but I'm not going through it that way. I'm gonna purchase the level 2 in whole, and that way make sure that I actually do like what I'm getting myself into. But right now for me, that's like the stage 1, but for now I'm in like stage 0, making sure that I like the idea of what I'm signing up for. So right now I'm reading around the course material, but that is not what I'm talking about today, because I've already made note of that in the PT progress update. That's what I'm gonna do. But I do actually, before no, I do have something to say about that in particular. I'm going back on my words here. I actually do have something to say, but it's not the same things that I was talking about in the original progress update, where I was saying that I've got deadlines set. It's actually a building off that core foundation of having deadlines set to do what I want to do. So yeah, let's get into it. This main thing, this main way that I've progressed in terms of becoming a PT is having a call with one of the tutors that runs the course, as I've said. And we over email were arranging a date for yesterday on the 30th for when we'd actually have a conversation. But for me, man, I said something came up because I just wanted to get out the area. That was the something that came up, and it just got a whole load of messed up, because I after coming back, I forgot that I said 4 o'clock. Would 4 o'clock be okay? I forgot I said that. I was just too busy uploading videos. So that's what happened. And then this tutor now has called me and we had a 40-minute conversation. I didn't feel nervous about it or anything. The first time this tutor rang, I just let the phone ring because I didn't save her contact number. Yeah, it's, who could it be? Like, seriously, anonymity is still being kept here. Like, there's so many females around the world, billions of them. So it's fine. It's fine saying that this tutor's a female. Okay, that's why I was picking my wording very carefully to not unveil that information, but there you go. There are billions of females out there, man. Big deal. But yeah, anyway, like, she rang me and I just let the phone ring because I didn't actually save her number. She gave me her number over email, but I didn't save it. I didn't write what her name was as a contact. It was just the number. But then I was looking at the number thinking it could actually be her. Turns out it was. So when I found out, I immediately rang back. We have a 40-minute conversation now, and I was just laying on my sister's bed. I was laying on my sister's bed, shirtless, and we were just having a conversation about me further understanding what I'm signing up for, basically. I had a lot of questions that I had to ask, well, that I wanted to ask her, and she responded very quickly, surprisingly quickly. And to be honest, in this mail she sent, she had like 6 typos in one of them. But I'm trusting in Isaac that he's providing me solid information that this is like the course that he's recommending, and it's all legit. Even though this lady wrote me an email with at least 6 typos. I'm trusting in Isaac, and we'll just see how this goes. But for now, I'm going to make sure that I like the idea of what I'm signing up for. In terms of my like ingrown hairs, it looks like from here to here, there aren't any, which is progress. There used to be quite some here, but they're basically completely gone now. And then here, we've still got some more work to do. That's probably very obvious if you look. But yeah, I had a that's just on a side note. I like making some notes as to how it's going, because I really want to get rid of them. I don't like touching my chin or under my chin and my neck, and it hurts. It doesn't hurt as much anymore. Like, this would hurt. Like, it'd be painful. It'd be painful to do this. It's a lot less sensitive than it once was, and the bumps were not only more present, but they hurt a lot more if I were to put my hands on them. But yeah, here we are. I'm following my dad's advice. He doesn't have a whole load of ingrown hairs on his neck, and surprise, surprise, his advice has been proven to be rather sound. But that's completely unrelated to this topic right now, in terms of actually making progress as a PT. Lack of ingrown hairs, or sorry, razor bumps. Lack of razor bumps will help with appearance and looking more attractive for clients to want to come my way. But in terms of like actually signing up for the course, that's completely ingrown hairs are completely not ingrown hairs, sorry, razor bumps are completely unrelated to that. I've started to change how I'm thinking about setting deadlines. Oh, sorry, no. I'm starting to change how long I want to actually go for after what she said. And one thing in particular that she said is, I said, I may, the latest I'll leave it being enrolling in the course is the 1st of August. She said, no, don't do that when you know the practical exams are in September, because you have very little time to be able to revise for the theory as well. So I'm gonna actually take her advice and maybe revise for a few weeks, and then revise for a few weeks before enrolling in the course, and then actually enroll in it. It'd be a much smaller chunk of the student debt that I'd be taking out to purchase the course compared to the level 3. The level 2 cost £549, and the level 3 cost 1 penny less than £1,300, £1,299.99. I want to pay for this £549 in bulk, so that when I do go in, I'm all in. What I may do is, even though I've been thinking of going like part-time in a packing job, I might just hold out. I genuinely might just hold out for just a bit longer, before going to get something, because if I wait and I put my effort into into these exams for in order to have the PT sessions with clients and weightlifting and calisthenics programs in full swing, I may have to really put quite some time into it. But then again, I must understand that doing that may actually pedestalize passing the exam by making it, in my mind, as the be all end all, that is what I'm working up towards, when in reality it isn't. That's just a part of being able to work up towards the big aim, the bigger picture that I have in mind, which is to have the PT sessions off camera in real life in full swing, and also the calisthenics and the weightlifting programs to go with the calisthenics programs I'll be selling in full swing, and for people to be buying them up. I'll market them when I make them. I'll market them. I'll allow you lot to purchase the programs. I'll certainly make them very valuable, and they'll be coming not only from a qualified place, but from a physically experienced place. And by that I mean coming from a place where I've actually progressed in these things myself before actually going to sell programs on them. For example, I can make programs on how to achieve certain calisthenics moves, which I plan to do, and I'll make very specific progressions as to how you can work up towards doing an LSIT, and have tips like how I'd recommend you guys go through things, and what did and what didn't work for me. You'll see what does and doesn't work for me through this course. Not course. You can see where the mindset's at. You can see what does and doesn't work for me through the channel. But I'll also be selling the course to give extremely concentrated tips on how to perform all of the calisthenics moves that I would have performed, and also that all of that information would be coming from a very qualified place, because I would have gotten my PT qualifications. So when you do have the courses when you do have the programs there to purchase, they'll not only come from a qualified place, but someone that's actually been through it being like the calisthenics moves, the weightlifting moves too. Learning the PT qualifications, they will just come hand in hand with being able to sell those programs, because the PT knowledge will help me actually further understand what's going on with the body and why certain things do work and certain things don't work. I probably wouldn't go into extremely specific detail as to how this does work, unless you want like consultations as to how you could why, or as to whatever you want. Because for me personally, I think from the standpoint I'm at, if a fully qualified level 4 PT was telling me, oh yeah, it's this muscle, and he's giving me all these specific names that I don't know of, what use is that to me? I don't know. I don't know what that is. So I'd probably, I'd keep it as basic, or sorry, not necessarily as basic, but as understandable as possible. I think I'm putting myself in a position where what I do is going to be extremely trustworthy. Like I'd be breeding a lot of trust within within this community, on this channel. It'd come from a place where I'd be breeding a lot of trust here, because I'd be coming from a qualified place. It'd be very obvious that it'd be very obvious that I know what I'm talking about when I go through it. And yeah, this is what's gone on, and I'm gonna make a like that when I purchased the course. When I purchased the course, that's basically like that's it, game on. She was telling me that if I sign up soon, I could genuinely become a qualified, not personal trainer, but gym instructor by October. And I may hold out until then. I may genuinely hold out and not get a job until then. Very ideally, what I'm thinking of, how things go, very ideally in my mind is I get these level 2 qualifications, I hold out, I spend very frugally, and then I spend very frugally after I've passed the driving test. And then from there, I just put in shifts, put in absolute shifts into working into the level 2. Got my level 2 qualifications now. Now what? Now this is where things really start going up. My local gym's taken me in, and I'm working towards the level 3, and then from there I keep building and building and get that level 4 qualification. I think this genuinely could be what I'm about to do, will genuinely be one of the best decisions I could make in my life. Or no, not that I could, that I will make in my life. I really believe that this is it. Like, I'm getting signs in that. I was able to just have a 40-minute conversation and be so open with a stranger that I've never met in person. Like, I'd seen her face on the web through the course overview and that. I'd seen her face, but I've completely forgot what she even looked like. But I've been able to have a 40-minute, extremely open conversation with her, letting her know that the reason why I want to be a gym instructor in the first place is because going to the gym saved my life. That's what I told her. Oh no, this has got to stop. Hold on. Between this clip and the last clip that's been played now, it's actually not only started raining, but I've also watched a lot of videos, especially from like understanding like Kobe Bryant's mindset. What I was just watching before coming off was I think they called it an interview between Kobe and Shaq. One thing I must say, that is unrelated to the video, the main topic of the video, but is very related to my real life, is that I've got to stop watching self-improvement videos now. Like, a part of their pitch is them saying that you are doing bad in one thing. Let me help you out. You subconsciously and or consciously have to believe what they're saying so that you carry on watching their content. It actually reminds me of Yaza in particular, very particularly about him talking about masturbation and that. He makes videos about telling people to not masturbate. But I'm not in a place where I am. I've been conditioned to believe, coming from a Muslim household now, that masturbation is forbidden, and that when my parents would tell me this, I seriously took it on board. Like, it was forbidden, can't do. Done, period. And I'm not coming from that place where I'm masturbating. Sexual status, in terms of body count, that's virgin. I haven't had any sex with any girls, and I haven't been speaking to any girls in a sexual way for a very, 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 very long time, since an extremely young teen at 13. I haven't had a girlfriend since that time. I wasn't really in the real world then, so I don't even know if I could count, if that really counts, but that doesn't really matter, to be honest. Not with the main topic of the video, but yeah. The main point of me saying all of this is because in order to move forward and to really improve my life and to make it relevant to this video now, in order to spend more time focusing on taking action in my life, I actually now have to stop watching what helped me get to this point in order to get to the next level. Some things, if there's anything I've learned on this journey related to this, is some things will help you to begin with, but past a certain point, they will actually be those same things that hold you back from taking the next step forward. And that is what self-improvement content is to me. I can't be watching those videos anymore. If I truthfully want to really take my life to the next level, I have to be taking a lot more action and be in the real world a lot more, like speaking to people a lot more. One of my plans was to go out to the market. I've done that for the first time now. Even though there were few stalls, one of them had cakes and that, I immediately thought, no, I'm not speaking to that woman at the stand. Not because of her, but because of what she was selling. I don't want to eat cakes, so I'm not going to go over there. But I did speak to the lady and not the man really. I spoke to one of the ladies that was selling food there, and another lady that was buying food. Particularly, this was more the vegetable section. So they had a whole load of broccoli, and I was curious, like, how long did it last for? The lady that was selling, she said it was fresh and it came out today, 31st of May. And with these sorts of things, when they're very fresh, they just come out of the market, I remember her saying. Almost verbatim. They'll last up to a week in the fridge. Me personally, I put them in the freezer, so they probably last a bit longer, but yeah, that's nice to know. One of the ladies, in fact, the lady I was speaking to that was buying instead of selling, was saying that she finds the blueberries she buys from the market actually last for longer than at the supermarket. Okay. I'm just thinking, like, I don't want to buy a large pack of blueberries for like £3 at the supermarket, so like, I don't mind like having to go on the with the blueberries at the market. I'll certainly be getting my vegetables and fruits from there from now on. Have something fresh and not and natural, like actually natural, not something that's been pumped with preservatives to last longer. That's what I hear. That's what one of my sisters has told me, but I haven't done much research as to which sort of chemicals that they could put in the food. They being people, like the supermarkets, for example, and the people who provide the fruits and the vegetables and sell them to the supermarkets in different countries or within the UK. But getting back onto this topic now, one thing that I said I was going to talk about, but in a different way, that I didn't mention was related to setting deadlines. I meant that I wasn't going to talk about setting deadlines because I already spoke about that in the original, like the part 1. But during this 40-minute call, the woman I was speaking to, the tutor, she was saying, she asked me a question that could really help me in terms of learning. And that was, have you ever thought of how many hours a week you want to put into learning? I haven't. And in order to move forward and to have another form of accountability other than deadlines, I think that's what's going to help me. So I've got to make more plans as to how many hours a week I want to put into learning around the course material itself. I think instead of giving myself like 2 months, I'll give myself a few weeks just to make sure I know what I'm signing up for, and then I'll from there just go and actually buy the course. I'll put that in when I do buy the course. I'm going to make a video about it, and I'll put it in, within the major events playlist, because that's when things are going to go extremely uphill. I just need to buy the course, because I believe that this is going to be the point where things go extremely uphill for me in my life, because I wouldn't have only just had the thoughts of wanting to become a PT, but I would have acted on them to the point where I put myself in a position where I've got, will have the level 2 qualifications, and then from there I can build up. I genuinely may hold out a bit longer. I was thinking of going to have a part-time packing job as I learned the content, but we'll see how things go. I might get something like just packing related, so I spend less mental energy on that job itself, but instead on the long-term vision, which is to have the PT sessions in real life, off camera, in full swing, and also the PT weightlifting programs and the calisthenics programs. That being said, I can do PT sessions online as well. I can do PT sessions online, so people can get an understanding of what they're signing up for if they were to come with me, if they were to have a session with me. We certainly can. We'll see how things go. We'll see how they go. But I think for now, yeah, this will be the end of the video. Instead of having like 2 months, I'll give myself a few weeks, so I have an idea of what I'm signing up for by learning around the course material. I mean, the tutor and I, we've been back and forth. We've been back and forth on the emails. We've had this call now, and I think within 2 weeks' time, by a certain date, 2 weeks from now, I would have purchased the course within 2 weeks. If it's a few days and I'm starting to learn it and I really trust my ability by this time, then cool. But for now, I want to read around the course material, make sure I can trust in my ability to learn, and then from there, purchase the course and hold out for a bit longer. Hold out for a bit longer in terms of employment. Just get those level 2 qualifications. Don't need to get a packing job, man. Get those level 2 qualifications, and then from there, you can build up big time. Build up with the level 2. You be a qualified level 2. I'll be able to put that on my CV, and then from there, I'd be able to, the chances of Isaac taking me under his wing are much higher, because I would have got the level 2 qualifications. Yeah, but for now, that's it. That's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed and that's something valuable. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.